Hello, it's the Randy Duck and welcome back for another video. And today is a very special video because we have made it, thanks to your amazing support. We have now reached 3,000 subs, so I cannot thank you enough for the support everyone's given me with the channel. It's been amazing, and to thank you for that, we have a giveaway video for you today. We are giving away the Tier 8 French Premium Medium Tank, the Bourrasque. So I've got 3 replays to show off the tank for you today. But before we get to that, I'll explain how to enter the giveaway draw. All what you need to do to enter this draw is leave a comment in the comment section with !duck followed by your gamer tag and which console you play on. The draw will end Monday the 1st of April, at which point I will respond to the comment of the lucky winner and we'll get that tank credited to them, and I'll update the description to let you know that the draw has ended. So all you need to do to enter this giveaway is leave a comment with !duck followed by the gamer tag and which console you play on. Draw ends Monday the 1st of April. So that's it. Thank you so much for your support. Let's get on to the gameplay. Okay, so here we are for replay number 1 here on Swamp, where we have 1 enemy artillery in the game and we are top tier. If you want to see the setup I'm running on the tank, you'll see that at the bottom of the screen right now. If you've never seen the Bourrasque before, it's a fantastic medium tank slash light tank. It's almost a light tank with its mobility and concealment values. It's then got this double shotgun with 360 alpha. The shots can be a little bit derpy, so you do need to make sure you fully aim them. But it's almost like a little double shot assassin. You know, you get to that stealthy position quickly and you can just dump that clip to pick up that quick burst of damage and then sort of run away. So quite early doors on Swamp account, I've come to this position because I know I will spot tanks like this tank destroyer and potentially pick up some assistance damage. And we also managed to dump both our shots in and got off to a beautiful start to this game, picking up 700 damage and a tiny bit of assistance. I'm now going to go back to these sort of bushes and just maintain vision on this area where lots of tanks will initially use, and this is allowing me to pick up some assistance as well as just picking up a confirmed kill there on that enemy medium tank. Tried to get a shot into the Bourrasque on the other side, but wasn't quite possible. Now we're on this reload, but while I'm reloading, I'm still being useful because I'm basically keeping vision. You know, any tanks which get detected go into that spot in front of us are basically going to get shot by our friendly tanks on the other ridge. Enemy Italian medium tank gets detected. I'm looking to see if I can squeeze in a shot anywhere in this tank. We do get 1 shot in. Trying to land a second shot if we can. We do. Putting this up to a total of just shy of 2,000 damage and 1,000 assistance and a kill. But now this King Tiger is here with us. It's a little bit awkward because I don't want to be like in front of this tank because obviously they won't have the concealment values I have. And then I don't want to get blind shot because of that reason. So I've got to be a little bit careful. And this game is starting to, you know, advance to the next level. We're kind of winning this game quite quickly. And if I want to get anything out of this game, I need to move and just get a little bit more active. So I'm going to try and move around to this secondary ridge, knowing that I can see how many tanks I've got behind me which can cover me. So no one's going to be able to full send me in this position without taking punishment. Get 2 shots into that Tiger 2. Again on the reload now, putting us onto 2,500 damage with just over 1,000 assistance with only 7 tanks remaining. This game is going strongly in our favour. It's almost, you know, games of the Bourrasque, it's better if the games are a little bit longer just so you've got more opportunities to get the damage in. But so far we managed to sort of pen all of our shots, so we're having a decent start, putting this over 3,000 damage now with 1 kill. Still enough hit points left in the game, but we're just, you know, the majority of the tanks now are kind of pinned in their base in the castle area of the map. So this game for me feels like it's pretty much over as long as we don't just do something stupid. We waited for the Iron Rain to clip out, so now we know on the reload is no punishment from the Iron Rain. Only tanks which were sort of covering could get shots in, but they're kind of distracted right now by the other tanks climbing in front of them. So we managed to put 2 shots into that Bourrasque, putting us onto just shy of 4,000 damage into that iron rain, sorry, and leaving the iron rain onto a potential one shot to us. Definitely clippable with our 2 shots. We're going to try and finish him off here. Unfortunately, we missed the first shot, but he does get a hit. And then we finish off that without taking any real punishment in return. We've not really had any damage in this first replay, and there's still 2 tanks left to take care of. We're hoping we can try and get another 2 shots maybe into this tank destroyer, and then if we're lucky we might get a shot into the medium, which is probably in the back somewhere. But this game is very quickly going to come to an end. So we're going to try and get some shots in. We get 1 shot in. We do manage to land both shots there, picking up some more damage, putting us into 4,500 damage. I'm not going to get a chance to kill the TD, so I'm going to make my way to the medium tank just to see if we can try, if we can, just to get another shot in to put us over 5,000 damage. Would be a nice way to win the first replay. So we get in front of him. Yeah, I think he's AFK. This game is, yeah, he is AFK. Brings us an end to the game, puts us into 5,000 damage, 2 kills and 1,000 assistance. Base XP just shy of 2,000, which will be enough for the first class. And that is it for replay number 1, but we have 2 more replays to come, so let's move on to the second replay of the video. Okay, so here we are for replay number 2 on the Hellfire Pass. This time it is top matchmaking again. There's 2 enemy artillery, 2 enemy light tanks, and initially we're going to go and try to get to a position I like to play at the start from this spawn, which allows us to get shots into multiple locations. So we're going to make our way over. We're already reloaded, so we are ready to fire if needed. Want to be a little bit careful I don't end up losing full damage coming down there, so I'll make sure I go down there safely enough. And then hopefully we can try and get into this position on our left, which just allows us to shoot just more locations, which is always handy. Enemy light tanks played very aggressively, so we are going to try and take care of this light tank. He's basically thrown this tank away there, and we have managed to pick up our first kill, putting us onto 383 damage, and more importantly, taking out an enemy light tank. Other enemy light tank comes in. Yeah, I'm not sure what he's doing here. He's actually managed to do this and take no punishment. I'm guessing maybe I think our Tiger Shark and Lycan were likely on reload at the time, as well as I. So he got very lucky, that light tank, to get away with that. But here we go. This is why this position can be quite useful if you're allowed to use it, because now I can get shots into tanks like that tank destroyer made across, picking up another 2 penetrations. We're also safe from the artillery here, where we can back up and use this rock if the artillery does try to focus us. We've got a Panther 88 kind of push, or a Panther trying to push round. We're looking to see if we can get shots into that, but I think he's safe for us right now. We're just staying patient initially, because we're in a good position to kind of cover, behind us, potentially shoot some of the TDs behind us if possible, but also get side shots into the enemy tanks. Can be a little bit campy, this map, at the start until you can sort of get into it, but yeah, we're just going to sort of buy our time under no real pressure right now. So we're just going to see if we can spot any of the tank destroyers which camp on this ridge directly where I'm looking. Not got any detection so far. I suspect they are there, but they're probably just below the ridge, or I'm just not able to spot them from that distance. But again, we're just going to be a little careful. We are a couple of tanks down, but it's not the end of the world. Still pretty even right now, sorry. Well, a couple of tanks ahead, sorry, but yeah, still very even game. So nothing is really happening at this time. Our friendly Tiger Shark has kind of gone in to try and get some damage. That might spur up the team to try and move about a little bit more. So there's so many tanks camped around this ridge, and it's really awkward because you've got all the tank destroyers covering them, and you can't really get there and get any damage in without just taking loads of punishments. You do have to be patient. Now, an enemy light tank is going to try and cross here. We're just waiting for this, sorry, and we should be able to pick up the kill. Sorry, another enemy Bourrasque. We do lead the shot well, and we take care of a Bourrasque, which is a very dangerous tank indeed, because even when the light tanks get taken out of the game, you are effectively another light tank. Obviously, you don't have the ability to not lose any camo value when you move. That is why I use the silent driving on this tank as a crew perk. It's very useful, because it just means you lose a lot less concealment when you actually move in your vehicle. So we're a couple tanks up again now. You know, we haven't really done an awful lot. We have managed to pick up 2 kills and 1,400 damage, but there is still plenty of damage left in the game. Looking to see if we can squeeze one into that craft panther. Wasn't quite possible, but now we have this enemy heavy tank which will try and also get a shot in. Yeah, it didn't quite pay off. You know, might be able to pen the cupola, but it is an awkward pen at that angle. But he's not really moving. He is actually ammo racked, and we might be able to, if he turns his turret like that, once we're reloaded, we actually might be able to squeeze in a shot or two, which would be really nice just to boost our damage there. We're going to try and get one into his turret. We should be able to squeeze one in. We do get one of the shells in. Looking for the second shell, but it's actually now pulled back, so I haven't quite got that shot. There's so many sort of rubbles in the way, so many buildings, but we don't have clear vision at this time. But again, I'm just sort of bearing my time for the time being. Enemy Chinese medium tank does get detected in a position where we can shoot him. We put in that shell, damaging his engine, putting us onto 2,000 damage and 2 kills, and picking up a little bit of assistance damage. Now we're just waiting for a reload, because I feel like that heavy tank's going to poke up in a minute, and I might be able to take him out with the 2 shells of the clip, which will just free up a bit of time. Some of the enemy tanks are kind of on the, I'm just looking at the mini map right now, and there's some tanks sort of heading towards our base, but it's such a big map, and I'm such a fast mobile tank, which I've got lots of time to react and get over there if need be, so I'm not overly concerned about that right now. So we have managed to pick up 3 kills, 2,500 damage. I am now just trying to find a shot into this enemy light tank, and we do manage to squeeze that shot in, taking out, I think, the last of the enemy light tanks, putting us onto 4 kills, 2,600 damage, and yeah, starting to have a better game. This enemy heavy tank's had enough. He's going to try and push me, but I've got lots of tanks covering me, so I'm trying to really bait this heavy tank in, because if he comes over this ridge, he's going to get shut down very, very quickly. So it's kind of ideal what I'd like to happen. He is coming over. We put one into his engine, through the lower plate into his engine, and then he gets taken out by our friendly Bourrasque covering us, putting us under 3,000 damage, and only 6 tanks remaining. So it is time to try and get into this game and see if we can find some, you know, the remaining tanks. Now we're well up again, 9 versus 5, and at this point, I guess it's never over. You know, the enemy team could bring it back from this point, but I'm feeling pretty confident. I've got the most of my hit points left, so we should be able to try and make some work of some of these tanks. Do spot the enemy craft panther there. I can't finish him off with 2 shots, but I could take the majority of his hit points away, and obviously the craft panther doesn't have a very big gun, so it's not going to punish me that much. Unfortunately, I do take punishment for that pokes, which wasn't quite great, which puts me on to just shy of 8,000 damage. But there's only 4 tanks remaining now, and I'd like to try and get some more out of it. So far I've got 3,000 damage and 4 kills. You know, it still could potentially pick up a top gun, maybe getting the 6th kill if I'm lucky. Could try and pick up a little bit more damage out of this game, but I know that craft panther is full health. So at this point I'm thinking I'm just going to go in, dump my 2 clips, and then just get out of there, and then just try and go again and kill this craft panther. There is tanks on the right hand side which I'm concerned about. If I do get spotted, could have side shots into me, but I just need to push this craft panther now and just get some more damage out of this game. So we do come behind him. We should get our 2 shots in here, which we do. Like I say, the craft panther's got a very low alpha gun, so he won't put a lot of damage in if he is able to get some shots in, but he doesn't. That puts us on to about 3,700 damage. I'm going to reload and then go again and just take out this craft panther now, which I can do in the 2 shots, and then try and get to the other side of the map where the remaining of the damage is. Unfortunately, I do get shot there as I come round. We should finish off this craft panther now. We do, and picks up our 5th kill, puts us under 4,200 damage with 257 assistance, and only 2 tanks remaining. We know exactly where they are. Friendly teams just pinged them right now. It was a Liberté, which is a fantastic tank, very, very, very strong tank with amazing DPM and quite a lot of hit points. So we do have to be careful with that tank, but 7 versus 2, I don't think the enemy team are likely to come back from this at this point, because our tank's probably just going to sit in the cap, and we're probably going to cap out if I'm not able to get over there and pick up some damage. So we do now have 1 tank in the cap circle, now 2 tanks in the cap circle, and this Liberté is actually on 800 hit points, which is probably, unless I high roll, too much for us to kill in one shot. That's a really high roll, so really I'm not going to be able to finish him off, but I do have a tank coming with me, which should probably give us enough. We do put 2 shots in, leaving him on a 1 shot. He then gets taken out by our friendly Bourrasque. Only 1 tank remaining, which is enough for our top gun. If we're lucky, we can get there. He is 2 shotable to us. We're going to hopefully get there. I'm just going to see if our friendly Bourrasque takes him out. But he actually kills our Bourrasque, which then gives us the green light to pick up this kill. He can't one-shot us, so we're not even going to move. We'll let him shoot us, and then we pick up the kill and confirm the 6th kill. Bringing us then to replay number 2. So we'll just briefly go over this game, and then we'll move on to the final, because of course we leave the best to last. So we do pick up 6 kills, 5,400 damage, 200 assistance, and it is only the first class again. But we'll move on now to the final replay of this video. Okay, so we've got the best to last. This time we're on Serene Coast. It is tier 9 matchmaking. There's 2 enemy artillery in the game and 2 enemy light tanks. We have the southern spawn, and initially we're going to try and push to a position that where we can try and shoot the cross at the start. It's a fairly small map for the Bourrasque, this particular one. There's not that many places I can go at the start. I'm just going to try and see if we can catch out any early damage into tanks like this medium tank, which is crossing. We do put 1 shot in. Wasn't quite able to get another in. We're going to try and push this tree down in a way that we can try and use it for a bit of concealment earlier. We want to try and poke out that side of the rock. Just gives us a little bit more concealment value to do so. Seeing if I could get a shot in that artillery, that wasn't going to be possible, but we do have an opportunity to shoot this medium tank here. Sorry, medium tank, heavy tank. Putting us onto our first 2 shots of damage, and right now it is just a case of, you know, I don't really like pushing up the 1 line straight away from this spawn, because you just never get enough support. The tanks lean down on you, and I'm not in a really tank to do it either, because if I got there, I've got no armour, so it's not like I could go hold down on the 1-2 line. So I've just got to kind of stay patient in this Bourrasque. As you can see, the enemy artillery is looking to shoot us. I know he can't shoot us when he's behind this rock. You know, I'd have to sort of reverse backwards or forwards. Then he may have a shot into us. But I don't really want to let that happen. Now, the problem I've got is these light tanks. These light tanks are going to proxy spot us or spot us each time we poke. So it's going to be a little bit awkward. And we are going to have to sort of be a little bit patient in this game. But already, I can see a lot of our tanks are starting to sort of push towards the enemy base. And there's quite a few tanks coming this way, so we may even have to fall back at some point. We get 1 shot into that Super Persian there, and I wasn't quite able to find an opportunity to get a 2nd shot in, but he does take a little bit of damage from our friendly artillery at the back. So just trying to squeeze in shots where we possibly can, trying to pick up little bits of damage. We managed to pick up 4 pens, putting us onto 1,400 damage. A lot of our tanks are on the other side of the map now, pushing across the base. I think the majority of the enemy team are actually sort of this side. At any point, I'm kind of expecting the light tanks to just come in and full send me. So I am thinking about falling back here, but want to try and get as much out of this before I do. I'd really like to try and finish off that Super Persian if possible, but I wasn't quite able to finish him off with that shell. It looks like the light tank is going to come round on us now. We are still reloading, so we're just trying to stay hidden for as long as possible. But he's now going to try and full send us. He's put 1 shot into us. He's put 2 shots into us. I can no longer stay here. I've got to move. I've just got to escape. We are going to take out this light tank before we do so. So at least we managed to get a little bit of revenge on that light tank there. And I'm just hoping we don't get shot down before we escape now, because the enemy team have pushed right up. I am now on a 1 shot. And I may have left it a little bit late getting out there. At least we took out a light tank, and at this point, you know, our base is overrun. Our team really need to come back right now to defend the base, and I'm kind of hoping they do. But I can't just stay there and defend the base by myself, being on 257 hit points. It's just not going to work. You know, best I'm going to do is put 2 shots into someone and then die. So I don't have that possibility, so I'm going to have to fall back to this ridge and try and spot them as they come into us. We do spot this enemy waffle. We're going to try and squeeze in the final shell. We squeeze it in, taking out a tier 9 waffle, which is big. It's a very, very powerful tank, especially when it's top tier. We are down on tanks, and I'm praying the enemy team don't cap, because if they try and cap us out, we're going to lose this game, because we're just not going to be able to just kill enough of the tanks. But thankfully for me, they're not actually doing that, and I'm looking to try and finish off that Persian. It just gets in before I'm able to do so, but I put in 2 shots in that ISM and thankfully managed to get down before I get taken out, putting us on to 3,000 damage and 800 assistance with 2 kills. Our friendly team don't really seem to be concerned about coming back and helping defend the base, so I'm just trying to keep the vision, because I don't want them to get too close to us. I don't like things like this IS and tanks. I don't want them to get close enough to us. I want to make sure I spot them before they can get that far. We looked to finish off this enemy medium tank. Wasn't quite able to squeeze in that shot there, which is a shame, because any tanks now, we're down on the tanks. Any tanks we can take out is going to help us out. There's a full health T-32. Thankfully we've got a TD, which is creating a second angle. I'm going to try and pull back to a spot where hopefully I can shoot this T-32 and maybe, or at least give us a chance of not getting detected. We do squeeze in 1 shot there. Unfortunately, we do get detected, but we damage his engine, and we then shoot his engine before he's able to repair it, and we set him on fire, picking up quite a chunk of hit points off that T-32, putting us on to 4,500 damage, and we brought this back into a 6 versus 7. Looks like they do still have the artillery in the game. This Black Prince, who is 2-shottable to us, if we're able to squeeze in these shots, is crossing. We get 1 in, it actually tracks him in place, and then we then get the 2nd shot in. I don't think we roll high enough to take out that Black Prince there, but it does put us under 5,000 damage and 1,000 assistance damage. Just keeping an eye on these tanks. The Super Persian there is crossing. Hopefully I can take out this Super Persian, because he is a 1-shot to us, but he gets taken out for us. We don't need to. Don't have the easiest shots into this T-32. When it's hull down, that tank can be very, very difficult to contend with. Enemy artillery, though, I can see is trying to cross and escape, and I'm going to try and put myself in a position so I can finish off this artillery before he's able to get safe, and we can take it out of the game so we don't have to concern ourselves with that. I don't really want the artillery to escape. It looks like it's heading to our cap as well. So I'm going to try and squeeze in the shot. We moved, we do get the shot in. We then see the T-32, which is now on a 1-shot, and we take out 2 tanks there in very quick succession, and that's helped us out greatly, putting us on to 5,600 damage and 4 kills. And at one point, this game was looking like it was going to be a loss, and we managed to pull this back, and it's actually turned out to be quite a fun little game to play. We've got this IS, and I'm going to see if we can try and take out this IS, but it gets taken out by our J Panther, and it's just 1 tank remaining now, and the tank remaining is the Yahtzee. The last time I spotted the Yahtzee, it was at like B2, C2, that little ridge at the top, and I kind of expect that's where they're going to be. We are a 1-shot, which is not ideal. It's 1 versus 5, but I think a lot of us are low health, so I do have to be a little bit careful. I want to try and just, finish this game with over 6,000 damage would be nice. So I'm looking to try and get these 2 shells in. With a lot of our team going towards the cap circle, I'm almost hoping the Yahtzee spots our team, because that way he's going to be paying attention on our friendly team and not myself, and might give me an opportunity to get behind the tank. I'm just hoping I don't get detected early. I'm hoping I can get up to the ridge so I can then get behind the Yahtzee. Unfortunately, he was looking this way, which I really wasn't expecting to happen, and he detects us. But we do manage to get the 1-shot in, putting him onto a 1-shot. So hopefully our 4 remaining team can kill the Yahtzee, which is a shame we wasn't able to get that last shot in. But we'll just see now if our friendly team can finish off this. We've got a J Panther coming around. The Yahtzee kills the Tiger too. But this Yahtzee could win this. This Yahtzee definitely could win this. But thankfully for me, our J Panther snapshots him and takes him out, which is good, because it would have been very disappointing if we lost that game. So that is it for the video. We finish that one off with 4 kills, 6,000 damage, 1,300 assistance. We do get the ace tanker this time, and that is it for the video. So remember, if you want to enter this giveaway, just leave a comment with !duck followed by your gamer tag and which console you play on. Draw ends Monday the 1st of April. So thank you again for your amazing support, and as always, happy tanking.
Hadouken!